Hi everyone. Good morning. It's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. Hope you're doing wonderful today. Hope you're having a great day. Sun is shining brightly here. I feel like spring is on the way. It feels good. I love the seasons, but there's something about spring that really just ignites all kinds of feelings of renewal and rebirth and positivity and hope. So anyway, I hope that you feel that every day of the year, but especially today, I hope you're feeling great. Thank you for being here. Thanks for joining me with my morning cup of tea. I have got my Twinings lemon ginger today. As you know, it's one of my little favorite teas, and I add a little drip of lemon in there, and it's perfect. So anyway, I hope you're doing great. Got a cup of coffee, tea, whatever makes you feel great in the morning. Maybe you have something like a smoothie or something more exotic, orange juice, fresh squeezed. But anyway, whatever it is, get started in the right attitude because it's so important as we get older. I think to be what's the word? Like be a light unto ourselves. Be our own guide. But we also do need friends in our lives, and conversations and communication is super important. And I think we're offering some really good places here for you. In case you don't remember, we do have a forum on 60andMe. It's just 60andme.com/conversations. And there you get a little bit more private chat. It's still required that you log in through Facebook because we want some security, and so that's just the way it is. But anyway, that's another place to go. But anyway, here we are to have conversations. And I think there's a bigger picture, though, that as we go out into the world, after the holidays are done, we've kind of moved through that, and now we're feeling like we need to do something, to make ourselves a little bit more connected to the world. And Demi Rolls, who's one of our bloggers, wrote an article on 5 ways to strengthen social connections after 60. And it's interesting that, just a few reminders, simple things that, I've got a little bit of hair that's flying around there, simple things that we can do, to just feel connected to people in a positive way. We tend perhaps to start our conversations with the weather or a little ache or pain we've got, kind of a little moan about something, the condition of the world, or that we have no control. There's plenty of opportunities with this crazy world these days to take that default. But if we look at communication and the art of communication, I think we can really start to do some things that just make it feel more positive. And so Demi actually gives 5 ways, and I can think of a few more. But anyway, the first thing she recommends is exchanging information. Using a conversation with someone to actually say, "Hey, check out this latest, resource that I found on something," or ask them, do you have a recommendation for a person that could do gardening or could do like handyman work or handy woman work? Or do you know a good restaurant where I could take my grandson, or those types of things. Be specific, and then listen. Ask and then listen. That's the great formula. Is that ask and then don't answer yourself, just listen. Because in that answering, in that listening, you give someone else a chance to be positive and to give you a piece of information that you really can use in your life. So ask specific questions, and go deep. Ask, what kind of coffee do you like? Where do you buy your coffee? Where's the best cup of coffee you've ever had? Take it to the level where this personality emerges. Another thing with good conversation is to create a connection and do it in a way that is not mundane or predictable. So, for example, it's really great to ask open-ended questions. This is harder than it sounds, actually, because it's very easy. Like, how was your day today? Is a question we always ask our kids, and then they always like, okay, yes or no. Did you have a good day? No, yes. It's that kind of question that doesn't really encourage a conversation. So, did you have fun with your grandson today? Is a yes or no. What things did you get up to? What did you do today with your grandson? Is an open-ended question. So you see the difference? Those are the questions that allow the other person to kind of say what's on their mind, and in a way that's got detail, color, description, and not just a yes, no. Because, sometimes people don't really want to talk, but if you ask them a question that's intriguing and interesting, they may just go crazy and really, have a wonderful time talking to you. So that shows appreciation for them when you respect that they might have more than a yes or no answer, and it gives you a way to deepen relationships. And I think, I don't know about you, but I find now that I'm just meeting new people all the time, and you can just let it go at a hello and how are you doing and where do you work, and or what do you do with your spare time, or what hobbies do you have, and you can let it go at that. Or you can ask a question that, what did you feel like when you first traveled to, oh, I don't know, India. You give them a chance to go deeper. And then you start thinking, oh my gosh, that person really has a similarity, or a like, that she's a like, or he is a like-minded person. And it gives you something to connect on. I think that's really important. And I think another thing that Demi talks about is building positive communications. I don't use the word should and never and those closed words. Give advice, but don't preach. You don't have to, go on about numbers and this and that. You can just say, this is what I do, and, and just let it emerge gradually. Be positive and not preachy, and better than, arrogant in your conversation. You may do that because you want to feel confident, and you feel it's something important to say, that I am or something that associates you with a status. But it doesn't really matter at that point. When you're making a friend, just go ahead and just be gentle with each other, and be positive. And and if you don't want to talk to someone, if they try to go deeper, then just say, thank you, I really don't want to go there with that conversation, and then just walk away, or just say, I gotta go. Some people are a little nosy and want to know more than you want to tell, maybe. But anyway, the point about this is communication is a two-way street. It's two ways. It's listening, it's talking, it's being aware, being aware of the other person. Another thing that Damie talks about is easy to do. We all do it to a certain degree, and that is to gossip. Best not to gossip. It creates tension, anger. It builds a wall, but it builds a barrier between us. It basically says, I've got some information that is secret to someone else, and I'm going to share it with you. It just makes you feel uncomfortable, and it excludes people. It excludes the people that you're gossiping about, or the situation. And I think the most important thing to remember here is that there's two sides to every single story, and what you see and what you interpret isn't necessarily true. I think there's a great quote. I think it's by Anais Nin that says something like, we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. And I think that's really a super important piece of information. And finally, Demi's advice, it goes back to an earlier comment, but it's don't boast. You don't have to boast about how good you are, what you've accomplished. You can just let others judge, how good you are at whatever you're talking about. I mean, sure, of course you can talk about, I won first prize in something, or my recipe came in first, or I got through that marathon, or I managed to walk 10,000 miles today. Or if you did that, you'd be exceptional. Your 10,000 steps today. Of course you can say those kinds of things, but you don't have to overdo it, the boasting. I think it's really important to let people judge for themselves and discover you in a roundabout way, not in just I did this and I'm the best. It just doesn't really matter. I mean, if you want to talk about something that you've done and accomplished, but it just gives the other person a bit of space, to ask questions and go deeper. So I think that the point here, I hope it's been useful to you, is the art of good conversation is one that we're losing. I think personally, I think that if we brought it back, we could overcome a lot of the differences of opinion that we have between us. I think that we've talked about this before, that there's just a lot more that holds us together than makes us different. I know we're a little polarized, a little more than a little polarized in the world about different belief systems, different political beliefs, and we don't need to focus on that. I mean, of course, we can have our own opinion, and they get emotional. But I think good conversation is that openness. It's the openness of the heart. So I hope that that's inspired you. I hope it's given you some ideas of how to go forward with your day, with your life, make new friends. And I'd love your comments below. I'd love to know what you do, what you think we can do, what you think you can do to improve communication. just leave a comment in the section below. I'll join in on this one too, and let's see what we can come up with, how we can help each other. Just share what you think you can do to improve communications with other people. Okay, everybody. Well, I'm going out now for a walk and enjoy some of this lovely day. I hope you do the same. Have a fabulous day. Make it great. Do something good for yourself. Do something good for someone else. Start a conversation that takes you deep towards a friendship. That would be wonderful. And tell us what you think we can do to improve communications. Okay, everybody. Well, have a wonderful day. It's been great talking with you, and hope to read your comments. And I look forward to seeing you all again really soon. Bye bye for now.